Dallas Willard put it this way. He said, the first and most basic thing that we, and I'll add we Christians, can and must do is to keep God before our minds. This is the fundamental secret of caring for our souls. Many people start with themselves. And they say, well, I need me time. I need to focus on me. And I want to tell you that if you're not focusing on God, everything in your life will start to crumble. Why? He is the foundation of all things. Paul put it this way, to know the love of Christ, which passeth all knowledge, that we might be filled with all the fullness of God. You will be left empty if it's all about you, but when you make it all about God, a God-sized vision and a God-focused vision must begin with God. And so we are to know Him. In life, a lot of times we can think of God as this cosmic figure that is distant from the affairs of man. That He's up there and He has lots to do and there's lots of people in the world, 8 billion to be exact. And so I'm just this little cosmic speck on this planet that's a cosmic speck in our universe. And sometimes we can look at this and say, well, I can't know God. How do you know an infinite, amazing ruler of the universe? Our Creator, how do you know Him? And in this particular instance, I think Paul was trying to teach these young believers in the faith that yes, God is sovereign, and God is ruler of the universe, King of kings, but He can be known on a personal level as well. Now, when you get to know someone, a lot of times there's time spent, there's time eating, and when people are dating, a lot of times they'll go to a restaurant, they'll go to coffee, there's time spent, there's kind of this moment, and we would look at two people in love, we would call them what? Lovebirds. And recently I saw a video of two birds, and someone in a group chat that I'm in, they said, this is a perfect representation of what it's like trying to find a restaurant between a guy and a girl, and this is the video. Here's this guy, he's like, hey, I have I don't know if it's a fish or some type of food. He's like, hey, I got food for you. And she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm not hungry. I didn't want sushi today. And so walks to the end and, no, I got it. And so she flies away. He's like, man, God doesn't want it, And so he goes and flies down to another branch that she's at and says, no, seriously, I got this for you. Like, come on, right? I think sometimes people look at their relationship with God like He would be annoyed. Almost like trying to know Him is you have to overcome His distance. I want you to go back to Luke 15 where He says, hey, I'm like the loving Father with His arms open wide. I'm here trying to pursue you. My friend, God doesn't just sit back with His arms folded and say, hey, if you try hard enough, then no, my friend, seeking Him is really easy because He's seeking you. Listen, He's running to you with arms wide open. And yes, God wants to help you and cleanse you and make you holy. But my friend, He loves you. He's desperate about you. And if you are wondering whether or not that is true, I would encourage you, I would even dare you, try to get closer to Him and see what happens.